What's up everybody, how's it going? It's Burke, aka Dansweight here, and welcome back to another premiere episode of the Final Fantasy X Masters mod by Karifean. Please remember to hit the like button and show the video some love, and I hope you guys have plenty of fun in the chat. Let's get going with this week's episode. Yeah, I mean, we're in such a dangerous bit here that I'm like, even for a tiny little run, it's like, you could actually die. And I'm pretty sure this one is like, you can get out like that, but I wasn't sure. I just wanted to make sure. So a much needed save coming in here. Okay. Now I can actually get back in there. Let me through. Good. I want to see what the deal is now with the Yojimbo. So we're gonna do the left and the right rooms, get the chest there, get Yojimbo, get out of here, then have a look at our spheres and finish up. This sesh, 20,000 girl, nice. Take that. Definitely an interesting fight with the Yojimbo though, like trying to make sure his overdrive gauge is always full. That's really dope. Ooh, 2 more white magic spheres. Nice. And 2 fortune spheres. Okay. Cool. We'll have a look at all of that once we're out of here. Because next up it is the Omega Ruins. That's wild. Shit, I have cutscene remover though. This might mess things up a little bit. How much is... What is he going to want? And is he going to give us like something different or special? Other than like, if you triple his asking price, it gives you the teleport spheres. But is it going to work differently in this one? Surely he can't ask for Gil in this one. Surely not. Does he know how many potions it's going to be worth?
I am the blade of vengeance. They dare only whisper my name. Yojimbo. Summoner, I ask you, what do you want of me?
I was going to say, has he messed around with some of the options here? That's funny. Your wisdom and skills, just San Marto. I feel like he's going to punish you for saying just San Marto. He's just going to say no deal. Because there is no San Marto probably in this mod. So let's just see what happens. Yes, I love it. Oh, that's excellent. I'd 100%, if I was playing this like not recorded, I would not have pressed that because no. He's not going to be happy if he just wanted for San Marto. Brilliant. This is the kind of shit I love to see, man. That's what these mods are for. Yes, I love all of the like the mechanics and the nitty-gritty and all of that stuff, but this is the kind of shit I need to just create like memorable things, you know? Fantastic. GG Karifean. I'm pretty sure we have an autosave before it anyway. Yeah. And I think that's why he's done it as well. Like, there's no real penalty for this. So, it's fine. Brilliant. I think I'm going to try the nothing option next. Just, again, for kicks, just to see. I think your wisdom and skills is probably the correct one. But nothing, maybe he's also just like, well, F off then. And just does something. That's brilliant.
I am the blade of vengeance. Summoner.
So this time we're going to say nothing. Yeah, okay. Simple enough, but he's just like, okay, go away then. What are you doing in here? So, the correct answer is your wisdom and skills, so we'll select that next.
Blade of Vengeance. Summoner.
And third time lucky, once more.
You alone realize my true value. You are a master worth serving.
Yojimbo's wisdom. Yojimbo has shared his wisdom with the other Aeons. No way! Valifor, Ifrit, Ixion, and Shiva gain break damage limit. Wow, so only the elemental Aeons. That's cool. Wow.
My sword shall guard you on your journey, Summoner.
That's dope. Love it. Okay. So that concludes events in the Cavern of the Solemn Faith, and that is our first post-game section completed. So I've proven that you can run out of here without encounters. I want to kind of wrap up the sesh here. So let's get out of here. Take a look at these sphere levels and the grid, and then wrap things up. Because from here, we literally are told to go to the Omega Ruins, which I'm kind of surprised by. Okay. So, back on the airship. Let's take a look at the situation. I'm going to save first in case there's any decisions I make which I need to have another look at. Okay. Here we go. I think for now, for Waka, I'm happy for him to keep moving along this grid. I mean, he's not going to get agility for a little while, but I think he's got to go either way. Yeah, the Fortune Sphere, I guess you'd have to backtrack for, which I kind of don't want to do right now. Waka and Orin are going to converge soon. There's some more agility coming his way. It's a shame he didn't get that one more sphere level just to get that extra little boost. Fine. Right. Tidus has reached the end of his sphere grid. Poses a big question. Where do we go now? What kind of man does Tidus want to be? What are we kind of benefiting from and what are we lacking? Obviously his time mage stuff is really nice. My gut reaction is maybe to move into Waka's grid, honestly. Orin, eventually, I actually have a mind to even potentially move him maybe towards Eunice grid, maybe have him be more of a monk guy. That's an idea, but he's going to spend so much of his life like in Sentinel, I feel. It's not going to matter. Like, Tidus' agility is already decent. He's not going to pick up that much more by going to Waka's grid, but he will have the advantage of like learning a few more of like those status things that could be very useful for us, and we don't have to rely on Waka as much to do them. But obviously Orin is another option. It's a good one to obviously boost his strength and teach him some breaks, which is also very useful, so it's another good one. We've only got level 1 key spears and return spears, so let's see what even our options are. I mean, maybe they're quite limited. So we can't go here, like we can't join the end of Orin's grid. We can join Waka's grid here. And honestly, I think that's it actually. So much for my like theorizing here. Well, that's not technically true. If you use a yellow sphere, you can move him to someone else's grid entirely. 4 white magic spheres at this stage, which allow him to move onto Yuna's grid. But that's about it. So my choice is like Waka's grid or Yuna's grid here. And well, the good news is I can kind of start it somewhat backwards. Well, there's some nice HP and agility and stuff down here. I mean, starting it from the holy side once Yuna gets holy. Wait, does she get holy now? Yes, she finally gets holy. Let's go. Woo! Awesome. And some more HP, never hurt anybody. Okay. So I can literally teach Tidus holy and then work backwards if I wanted. Kiraga. Reflect, Dispel. It's just that like we're going to be gaining sphere levels at a pretty low rate. So I think what's difficult for me to kind of figure out is that normally I'm so used to being able to stat max at will. And so for me, it's rarely a decision to make to say like, well, you know, let's say I do take Tidus down Yuna's path. How much is that going to stunt his strength ceiling? Because normally, obviously, that wouldn't be an issue. But here, let's say I'm only going to get another 50 sphere levels in this entire run, theoretically, then I'm going to miss out on all of Waka and all of Auron's extra strength. Potentially. Again, this is all just kind of theoretical stuff. Or maybe like one of their two. And so it's like, how much of this grid will I eventually be able to cover, and how much of it will I not be able to ever activate as a result of the limited resources in the game. So it makes those decisions hard already, but it also makes them semi-blind decisions. Like there is absolutely no way at this stage I can know how many more sphere levels I'm going to gain and whether I can complete the sphere grid. So based on that, it makes these decisions like much harder. Let's just see if I move here. What type of stuff am I close to? Mental break, armor break. I don't know if it's worth working a little bit backwards with him, honestly. Because if I carry on the other way, I'm not going to get anything useful for some time. Sentinels all the way up there. Yeah, it's a tough one. I feel like physical attacking needs to be the priority here for Tidus, because if we look at our situation at the moment, like Waka is a physical attacker, yes, but he's a little bit weaker than Tidus and Auron. So those three can cover the physicals, but Waka is still like, he's a little bit lacking. Mage-wise, she's obviously the mage. Riku can kind of contribute with Copycat and using the use command as needed for like some non-elemental, non-physical damage. Kimari's already also gone down the mage route, which might end up working well or not. Right now I'm kind of neutral / not super happy about it, but it's not like a total fail or anything. I think it's okay. But it feels like we have 4 kind of more magey non-physical characters and we have 3 physicals. So if I start trying to take Tidus over to Yuna's grid, and she ends up like, and he ends up not really gaining much more strength because of course there's not going to be that much available here for her grid. It's hard to say. I mean, there are definitely some bits here. But obviously you have to imagine that Auron's strength would be superior. I mean, if we start him off at Holy, just giving him an extra option, just one more character that can cast it, by the time he gets any more strength, we might need to have beaten, even to get to here, there might be another 4 bosses or something, 4 or 5 bosses, so we're stuck with 64 strength. Or, if we go the other way, this is my second option. Three points here, 3 points there. But the only thing is, like, the breaks, I can learn them from, like, I can use overdrives to make up for that to some extent. Just thinking, what can I not compensate with overdrives, for example? So, like, I've got Auron's Banishing Blade, and I have taught Armor Break to some of the other characters as well. Well, Waka, I believe. So, maybe it's not as important for Tidus. And maybe the Holy Route isn't as bad as it looks. Part of what swayed me a little bit is that Yuna does actually have, like, a bit of strength going on here. Like, these these strength nodes here. And well, he does get a meaningful, like Yuna early on doesn't get a lot of HP, but this end part of her grid, like there's some decent HP here. There's some decent agility. He learns Holy, which again can get you out of trouble. It's big damage. But he'd be far from... I feel like this stuff is the most useful, like Dispel, Reflect, Full Life, Auto Life. In which case it's like, well, why don't you just break this and continue on that way instead? Because you'll get another Auto Life. And eventually you'll work your way around to this, but you'll lose Holy. Oh. Yeah, really torn with what to do with him, actually. I mean, his magic stat is 28. Like, Holy is such a powerful spell that even at 28 magic it probably does decent damage, but Holy's not that motivating either. Lulu gets more agility and more magic, which I'm loving. Yeah. Quick pockets for Riku is going to be huge, and more MP for her as well. So that's a really nice little boost there. Mari. His magic defense has come up pretty nice. Yeah, so Tidus is kind of the last one here that I need to really decide what to do with. The rest of them are generally on a path that I'm happy with, but here I'm just not so sure. Maybe I should at least keep him going until like this bit, and then use my return sphere, because obviously the benefit of this one is I wouldn't have to use any kind of return sphere to do anything. So I think I'll at least grab the Auto Life. Again, you just never know when Auto Life could come in useful. So we'll grab this. I mean, it's HP, it's MP, because he's using a lot of time magic as well. So we'll take the 40 MP, and then we'll kind of make our way back potentially afterwards. So, okay, we'll leave it at that for now. I would say it was a rough start. It took a while to get going, but ultimately, good session. Okay, my friends, welcome back to the Final Fantasy X Masters Mod by Karifean. I'm back for another session. We got things rolling with the post-game in the previous session, and we managed to obtain Yojimbo, which was nice. Sheesh, 109 strength. And we can now break the damage limit with these guys, which is also cool. Now, we should be going to the Omega Ruins, but I kind of want to give Geosgaeno one more try. Just really curious. And well, we also picked up this guy. Oh, it comes with counterattack. Fine. I thought it was a true Tetra. Riku has a true Tetra, but she doesn't. That's fine. Yeah, I wish we had some more far plane winds. That would be so nice. Basically, I have a mind to put like Sanity Preserver on there, to put Life Preserver on there. Maybe Sense Preserver. But honestly, Darkness and Silence you can probably work around a little bit better than some of the others. SOS Null I'm actually strongly considering at this stage. I feel like, even like the Dark Aeons, like I feel like Ixion's going to have like some kind of Octa, Thundara, Thundarja shit. So I feel like that might be a good idea. Basically, if I had enough for a Life Preserver, I think I would have already started customizing it, but I'm just going to wait a little longer, just to see what else I can pick up. But I think Sanity Preserver is already a good start for her. I feel like that's pretty necessary, but Just really spoiled for choice. But I feel like I can't take on Geosgaeno until I have some petrification protection. It just doesn't make sense otherwise. And well, this is a great one as well. This is really, really nice, but I feel like just having stone proof is a bit of a waste. Okay, so I think what I would do, for now I've really started to run out of options for Waka. He just doesn't get anything of much use in terms of armor. So I feel like I have to do something for him at this stage. So I will give him a stone proof. He needs a stone proof. And so that's the second person who has one. And unfortunately for Riku, like despite all the stuff we do have, she does not have another stone proof. I'm taking a chance and adding a stone proof to this one as well. This will be like a new save. I'm gonna have a look at that one. Okay.
You're counting.
Gonna go back for Geosgaeno, because I know the Omega Runes is gonna be a lot of just like, it might be like 3 episodes of random encounters, so I kind of want to do one more little boss battle attempt before moving on. And I have this kind of itch within me to at least try and do one thing differently to how he recommends. Just like one little thing. Like for example doing Geosgaeno. He's probably going to say, nah, it doesn't matter, you could always do it, but I'm defying the Monster Arena guys.
What's up? Something here?
The arena trainers' advice.
Payback.
I get the picture.
Yeah, so with 3 people who have stone proof, at least then we can see what kind of damage we're dealing with. And kind of go from there. We do have stamina tablets now though. Also worth noting. Okay. Yeah, at this stage she's going to need like a half MP cost as well or something. Try one of these. Seems a bit immune to everything. Do a full break, why not? Stone punch. Let's see the damage. 5,000. Okay. I mean, if everyone's protected and we start getting cheers in and that kind of thing, it's not like a totally insurmountable amount of damage. Another one. So at this time he can evade and counter that, which is good. Let's see how much magic damage does. Not fantastic. Okay. What else could we do? It's going to be one of those where we probably have to play the game of getting some statuses on ourselves and then him kind of getting those statuses as a result of swallowing our characters, that whole thing. Just toss some like this, see what happens. Normally it was weak to like all 4 elements. Yeah, okay. So we already supposedly got full broken, but that didn't really work. Yeah, so it seems like maybe one of them you can evade and one of them you can't. Can't quite tell, but fine. Titus can finally haste up. I'm curious to see what else it's going to do other than the stone punch. So far, at least, obviously, it's been primarily stone punching. Pretty much nothing Waka can do at this moment is helping. We put the light curtain back on him. Just want to see what else it has in its arsenal. Yep. That old thing. Okay. Yeah, it's funny, both Ochu and Geosgaeno have the water spells, but let's have another look at this now that I've seen that stuff. And yeah, as I say, it's one of those where you need, like, status protection and you need elemental protection. You need both. And well, these guys can't have both. That's the problem. I can't cast it. And yeah, that's the problem. I can't cast it, and putting it. I just don't want to use up slots to put it on an armor for one fight, because it would also mean I have to hang out in SOS null. So maybe we need shell as well. Let me double check the customization. What do I need for auto protect? How many? Yeah, I've only got 4 more light curtains to play with, and 5 more lunar curtains. So. Got to be very careful. But if there was one fight to use it in, it would probably be this one, because I'm able to like, I don't have Kimari or Yuna to do the buffs. Now I need to try and maybe get an overdrive here. Yeah, I want to try and overdrive and then use something like Hyper Mighty G, maybe. It would just make it much easier to survive. It's going to be another chance for me to just try a bunch of other things as well and see if they work. So I'm going to armor break Titus deliberately here, just to try and get him to take more damage from the stone punch if it comes his way. Oh my god. Didn't realize it was that powerful, man. Flip it out. Great start. Did not think it was powerful enough to do that. I don't mind using stuff like Phoenix Downs at this stage. I think I'll generally have enough money to handle that. So I'm going to note this one down. So it's been 2 stone punches so far. Get down into SOS. Okay. Just move to something with a sensor. Let's just see what we're working with. Okay. Counters against every third attack. Fine. Very predictable. Likes its food. In good health. And fast asleep. Okay. I get the picture. Kinda. That needed to be a haste. I just want to see if it basically never uses Water Gur. It's like the Water Gur is only a counter. Not quite sure. So we're not going to attack with Waka. Yeah, okay. Not much we can do about that. So I just want to see what happens in the fight if we basically don't attack it. So that's 3 stone punches. And then a water gun. Okay, fine. Yeah, we don't have a huge amount of time. Okay, so it's been a couple of attempts, and in general I think we can deal with the stone punch just fine now, but the water gun is kind of the new problem, and the only way I can survive it is if everybody has shell. Now, what I want to do is that it talks about the whole this guy liking to eat stuff that I think is in good condition and asleep or something. I want to just mess around a little bit with that stuff. I just want to see if I can make it use the swallow move. Because talking about good health, basically what I'd love to do is like full break someone and then make Geosgaeno like eat them or something like that. So we're going to mess with this a little bit. The trouble is, how do we put Riku to sleep at this stage? Because it seems like he doesn't do it unless the character is asleep. Funnily enough, Waka's kind of got too strong now. He'll kill Tidus, so it's a bit annoying. Let's just wait here. It does seem to always be Tidus first. So I think this is just for experiment's sake right now. I can't be bothered. I'm gonna retry this attempt, but I just want to see what happens if a character is asleep. Okay. Yeah, I can't silence Buster now. Let's still wake up. So let's see if someone being asleep does induce this move. Doesn't seem to. I think I just haven't survived long enough to see it. I think basically it must come after Waterga. So let's do a shell. There's the third one. It does seem to kind of go... It's always Tidus, Waka, Riku, like in that order. It seems to be the case. Let's see. I want to kind of make it beyond at least the Watergo at this stage. Okay. Do have an overdrive now. Alright. Let's just do an Aurochs reel, see what we can do. There we go. Just want to see if any of this sticks. It does. Oh, it does. It most certainly does. Okay. That's good. Let's see. Okay, so this is the first time we managed to make it this far. And this was supposed to be a bit of a throwaway attempt. It's classic how that happens, but let's see what happens here. Alright, so now it's going to do this. Titus has haste. It's going to gain haste. Gains protect. Okay, Titus wasn't hasted. Okay, that's not so bad, you know. Okay. But when it spits Titus back out, it's probably going to do a lot of damage to us, so we need to be careful. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, so we're not going to be able to do much damage like that. I wonder if he doesn't struggle. I wonder if he just doesn't do that. Does this guy go back to Stone Punch? Let's have a look. They permanently KO'd. Yeah, okay. So if you don't struggle, you get permanently KO'd. That's good to know. And at least the poison will stay. Fine. Let's see. I mean, can we just basically wear him down with poison damage from here? Aha. Well evaded. Now, Waka does not have death proof. But if we're killing him with poison damage, it doesn't really matter what buffs it gains, honestly. Okay. So we're staying there. Just trying to see if I can maybe afflict zombie. There's going to be one more KO punch coming in here. Oh no. Maybe not. Fine. Now. It's probably going to swallow Waka next. See, but he's got evade and counter, so it's not going to work. So, okay, I think I've figured out a few things in general here. Now sleep. And then Waka, okay. Didn't put Titus to sleep last time. Right. Gain shell, gains haste. And digest. Okay, cool. But this was the first kind of breakthrough fight where we lasted long enough to see through the water go. And it does seem to be pretty predictable in how it moves, so that's a good thing. So I think I've generally learned enough to have a proper go now. Okay, here we go. Okay, here we go. Let's see if we can start to put together some of the things that we've learnt in the previous attempts. I'm trying to see if I can get a quicker overdrive, but to do that I'd need to get down to critical HP here. It's not easy. I think we could maybe do it like this. I think the plan would be for Riku at least to survive all of the hits. Yeah, 200,000 isn't like a crazy amount here. It's doable. Okay. So Riku will get some double overdrive from that. Bring Tidus back. So now we're not going to buff Tidus at all. And I think I'm not going to buff Waka either. I think I can already... no. I can do this. Okay. I think I want Waka to take full damage here, so... Just getting him to throw away a turn here. I don't want him to defend. Yeah, so deliberate overdrive farming for Riku there. Now, the question is which one do I want to use in terms of overdrives? Switch back to this now. The starters. Do one of these. Okay. So haste him back up. Yeah, she just about survives that. So now I want to try the whole full break. Like basically if normally like it should be swallowing Tidus here, and if it doesn't, then well, it's Waterga next. Let's survive Waterga first. Curtain. And then I'm going to try and full break Tidus and see what happens. So, not yet. Okay. So what we're going to do now, we're going to go to Zombie Strike. Alright, here we go. Full break. Yeah, so the sense says likes its food in good health. I think that probably means that whole trick is not going to work because it's going to know that Tidus has negative statuses. So we'll see, but I don't think it's going to be that useful. Alright, let's see what happens now. Okay. Let's get rid of this. Well... Still gonna get rid of it for now. Really curious to see how it's going to play out now. Likes its food in good health and fast asleep. It just means that maybe, like, if those conditions aren't met, then it just keeps going. Unsure. Yeah, if it just moves to like KO punch now, then Titus is already dead. So we'll just have to see. No, okay. It's still going for Waka. Yeah. Okay. Then maybe if I did a second fall break there, it would have worked. That's a shame. Okay. What happens if you struggle? Let's also find that out. That's the last thing left. Cannon damage. 2,393. I think that's how much HP he had when he got swallowed. Okay, I think this time around we should be able to get much closer. I think I've started to really put the pieces together. It is just very predictable, so if you can really prepare well around it, like good HP management and turn management, then I think you can really kind of start to control the fight here. Basically, I think the main thing that threw me off was the first time that it did the swallow move, I didn't notice the sleep properly, I think. Or I was trying to do something else. But it does seem like it's very clear. It basically puts the character that it wants to eat to sleep, and then the next turn it will get that guy. And during that window, we need to try and do whatever damage that we can in terms of statuses. But I think if we kind of jump the gun, then it won't work. Like, we need to... it literally says in good health, right? So you need to really just wait for that turn. I think what I can do... I think I'm probably still just going to sacrifice the lunar curtains here. I feel like I kind of have to for now. And, well, is it worth it for one light curtain on Titus? Let's see. I think everyone else is just going to defend. Wow, actually evaded it. Of course, end up not needing it, but fine. Sure. Might as well like cheer or something. Okay. There we go. I think with 5 times cheer I can maybe survive it outright with Waka and Titus. Okay, so we've got 3 shells, paste. Okay, we've got a whole bunch of stuff here. Now, next up is going to be Riku getting hit, so we have to be careful here. Might as well just change to this one. Have another alchemist in there. So this is just kind of biding my time, because I can't I'm not going to start putting any negative status or doing anything too crazy right now. Okay, defend. Okay, Riku there. Nice. And so now it is going to be Waka that gets put to sleep. And we're going to need to bring his HP down and give him as many negative statuses as we can during that time. I'd love to get poison on if I could. That would be really nice. But first we've got Waterga, so we've got to get ready for that. Sure we survive. They should at least work the overdrives a little bit. Alright, here we go. This is basically like where the fight is won or lost. If you can get this right, then you'll be fine. Well, is it? If I start to put anything on Waka now, I think it's too soon. So I kind of need to just bide my time and still just be patient and keep waiting here. Ton of turns here, but I'm just going to wait. Maybe change to the Razzmatazz, honestly. Okay. Keep waiting. Be great if we manage to get some poison on Waka here. But I'm going to need to remember to slow him as well. Also, probably... or honestly, I think Poison's probably more effective than Zombie Strike in this one. I don't want to spam like X potions or something. I'm going to need those. Okay. So, sleep on Waka, and this is where I need to get to work here. I don't want to immediately full break him because I need Tidus to use a move. Let's just start with this. See if we can poison him. That would be nice. Damn it. Of course I couldn't. Slow him as well. So I really need to work this part. Like, if I get this bit right, then I think that will make the difference. So here we go again. I'm going to try one more time. So hit him with the Razzmatazz. Yes, poison is on. And then now, because I think at this point it's already kind of been decided, because Waka's been put to sleep, like he will get hit, like as in he will get swallowed by the next attack. If I'm wrong on that, then again I need to kind of readjust again, but I think that's how it works. And now we get the full break on. So he's been slowed, he's been poisoned, and he's got full break on. Is Geosgaeno still going to do it? Yes. Okay. And he has the lowest HP possible. So in that sense, we've kind of nailed it. Like this is the setup that we need. That's it. Excellent. Gain shell, but that shouldn't be too problematic for us. But I need to be careful here. Switch to death proof now. Can't mess that up. Also, I think I can head back to this for a little extra damage. Riku will also need to switch to this. But for now, at least. Okay. Just in case I want to defend here, it should be KO punch. Or if Waka doesn't get a turn, does it automatically get digested? Ah, shit, that'd be really annoying. Yeah. Ah, the strat was working so nicely, man. I didn't think the problem would be that he'd be too slow. Ugh, that sucks. He's not going to get AP. I have to win this fight without Waka getting... Like, everything was perfect there. Almost. Just that he was kind of too slow, which I didn't think would be a problem. God's sake. I think I'm still going to push through and try and get the win here just to show you guys, and then maybe like off screen I'll kind of do the version where he doesn't die. It's such bullshit. Alright, let's switch to this one before we forget. Yeah, only trouble is she doesn't do particularly great damage, but we're just going to chill, I think, with her. Yeah, 1297, that's no problem. Oh, that's just such a, like... That's annoying. I guess it's the penalty for making Waka so slow. 297, that's no trouble. Yeah, we don't want to deal with the magic if possible here. So making a little push. Although again, Riku just doesn't have a particularly great way of doing damage here. That wouldn't require like using up big items like this, which I definitely don't want to do. Maybe just this. Huh? She doesn't have... Let's see. Whatever. Waka's already dead. I still think we should be able to finish this. I need to heal first. Okay, it's going to be Titus, so we need to basically finish it off before Titus gets a turn. Okay, Titus put to sleep. So yeah, I've definitely got the fight figured out in that sense, like it's not a problem, but it's just a matter of... Yeah, just annoyed that Waka ended up being so slow that he didn't get a turn in between them. It's just something like one detail I didn't track that I should have. It's a shame. Yeah, okay. That's a little better. Okay. Yes, Geosgaeno is going to gain haste and protect and whatever, but yeah. it's still going to be broken and still have like all of those negative status too. So then we'll take it as it comes. Okay, struggle. Wow, it's a good struggle. Still hitting max damage. It was a crit, but that's great. So I think thanks to the power break, I should still stay alive here. Did use a lot of high potions for this one, but at this stage I think probably worth it. Yeah. Gonna have to beat it with the poison damage. Oh my god. Screw you. How did it survive that long? I feel like I did like 300,000 damage. I was kind of like, I lost my focus on the attempt as soon as Waka was digested anyway. So I think what I'll do is I'll just play in speed up and just try to execute like a quick win version here. Because I think I basically have it down now, but I just need to just remember that detail about Waka. Instead of defending there, I maybe could have done something else. Potentially. Okay, here we go again. It's like attempt number 6. The last one was just annoying. That's the attempt that got away. We should have finished it there. Okay. Right, here comes Waterger, yep. So now we get like a shit ton of turns here. I think what I'll do here, so that Waka doesn't have to defend, this time I'm just going to use an extra light curtain on him. I think just to make it even a little bit safer here. Just use one extra item. Whatever. Okay. Switch to the Razzie. Okay, we don't need that anymore. We can just do this. Yeah, really push for that poison touch here. Okay. Let's see what we can do. Attack Waka. Ah, darkness this time. Okay. Fully broken. It has a little more HP than I'd like. this time he won't be able to stop himself getting killed by Razzmatazz, so yeah, that didn't work this time. Yeah, now we just check the turns, make sure he gets one, but not too fast. Okay. Actually, I think we do this first and then, because he's going to be slowed afterwards. Probably a good idea. Okay, now we have to slow him. Now. Yeah, he still gets his turn. And we still have time to heal. So we couldn't get the poison on this time. We had 2 tries at it, but it didn't work. It's fine. We'll do our bed potion here. Make sure we survive. Armor-wise, let's get Barry back on. He's in a struggle. That's going to happen. Alright, pick him back up. And now we can switch back to this. Pretty sure it's not going to counter this one. Yeah. Okay. Switch back to Deathproof. Just double checking that Tidus has Protect here. And Shell. Yeah, Protect his Shell. Okay, means we're good. Okay. To not trigger the counter attack, I think I'm not going to use Riku to attack here. Just let Tidus do his thing. Okay. Let Waka attack as well. Yeah. So it's going to be Riku hit next. Some nice crits coming in here. Okay. She's got her Deathproof on. Okay. Let's wait. I guess I could have hasted up Waka because we don't have to deal with... I forgot about how long the darkness can last here, so that's kind of nice. Yeah, I'm pretty sure thanks to Magic Break, Waka should be fine without a shell, so we're just going to keep going. Missed. Yep, we're good. Now, the next turn we need to be careful. We need to see... We need to make sure it's the right person, so let's get Waka to speed. Okay. So it should be Waka getting put to sleep, and we've got some nice Overdrives brew in here. So we'll make use of those too. Okay. So over halfway now. Much better run. Now, let's be careful here. I'm going to work his HP down. I don't think we need to do any fancy business here. I think just basically make sure that he doesn't have any positive good statuses that are going to cause us problems. Oh no. Again, his turn has completely vanished. Shit. Let me wake him up. Yeah, so this is ensuring we don't make the same mistake as last time. Let's do that. Okay. So then we're still good here. Alright. Now. Is it worth trying for the poison here? Or do we just bring down Waka's HP further? I think we go for the poison. And worst case, we'll use a Mega Potion or something. Poison could be really helpful, I think, if we get it. So we'll take our chances. And well, Riku can survive anyway, actually. So I think we'll be alright. Okay. Let's get it. Yes, the poison worked. Perfect. Alrighty. Now. High Potion. We'll survive. Waka struggles. Gets tossed out. And now everybody has overdrives. Love to see it. Okay. It's probably going to head back to Stone Punch. Let's just make sure we're ready. And I'm slightly scared that it's going to do some kind of wild counter that I don't want to deal with, so... Honestly, I'm wondering if it's better to use a Mega Potion here just to seal the deal a little more. Nice. Okay. So I think this time, because we're back to Stone Punch, I'm going to... I'm going to mix a High Potion and an Antarctic Wind. Do a bit of that. So again, we're just double checking here, just making sure. Okay. Let's just go for it. Yeah, it's a lot of damage. Got a couple of crits, which was nice. Would have loved to have got a couple more. Nailed it. Good stuff. Okay, looking much better here. I think I'm not even going to use Waka's Overdrive. Let's just try and get it done. Double check his armor here. Okay. Alright. Now, Waka's going to get punched again, so have to watch out. I think this one's been won at this stage, but I'm just... What else is it with? Just want to see if I have any other gems here in abundance. Lightning, probably still the one here. Just do a little extra damage. Okay. Wait for it. Okay. From here, we should be able to finish things up with Geosgaeno. 6,247 stuff. Should be the finishing blow. And there it is. Okay. So I think it's like one attempt overdue, that whole like little Waka thing that I didn't see, where he didn't get a turn between being swallowed and the digest move. That sucked, but once we sorted that out, it was all good. So didn't need to do any crazy customization. I think obviously the stone proof just was, it felt pretty necessary at this stage. Obviously the cost of, yeah, like I don't think that, is it possible for Waka, like anyone without stone proof, to actually survive this fight? Because all it takes is them being punched one time. You would have had to have probably taught like Sentinel or something. Oh, he finally gets one. I've been waiting so long for this. This is great. Well worth doing this before Omega Ruins. A piercing? That's interesting. That's a bit of a weird one, but we'll take it. Okay, my friends, I'm wrapping it up for this episode. Thank you all so much for watching. Hope you are continuing to enjoy the series. Please remember to hit the like button if you haven't already. I will see you for the next one. Thank you for watching. Take care.